So, ladies and gents, Titans League is back. I've already announced this and made a video about it a couple weeks ago. But real quick, just a couple of the details. $50,000 prize pool at the starting point, which is double what we had before. You've got Platinum League and Gold League starting in the new year in 2025. However, there are 11 spots to get into Gold. So there is a silver qualifier bracket. There is $2,000 involved for the people who get very close but don't make it in silver, which is great. Never had that before. But then the goal, obviously, is to make it to the final in each group. You win that final, you get into gold. And then a lot of these players, it's going to be, can they stay alive? Okay? So this silver bracket is happening over 3 weeks in December, starting December 1st through like December 22nd. I won't be able to cover a lot of it. We'll do roundup videos to let you know what's happening. But as you know, a lot going on in Age of Empires 2 right now. So won't be able to cover every single set. So let's dive in. So there's 11 different groups, and the players are seeded based on their highest achieved elo and their current elo at the time. And so I'm going to go through each group now, make it as quick and easy as possible, because I could probably spend 30 minutes talking about all these players. So first seed in this group is Lewis. Second seed is Antagonist. The third seed is Twig. And then the fourth seed is Turs. We'll usually focus on the top four. Likely those players are going to have the greatest odds to eventually win. Now, Lewis being the first seed is an interesting one. I think he's really good on Arabia. I think he's got some insane elo on Arabia. But when it comes to maps that don't play out similar to Arabia, at times I could see some questionable strategy. Now, that can be improved, and that's something that I think he can do. He is the favorite in this bracket, but I think Antagonist and Twig on the other side are big, big danger and potential to qualify as well. Turs has gotten pretty good, maybe survivalist, maybe some of these other players have some chances, but realistically, I see three players as like big, big chances to qualify into gold. Lewis, Antagonist, and Twig will be very close, in my opinion. Group B, we've got another situation where a player's super high elo with Arabia, but they could sometimes struggle in tournament settings. And this is Lucho. I think he's 18 years old, from Argentina, really talented. But, for example, Wandering Warriors Cup, he got 3-0'd by Sorakuma, who he's slightly higher elo than. Lucho in some other events has struggled to win in tournaments, whether that be nerves or the mixed maps. So similar situation there. iBuyPower played amazing, aka Brave Bear, by the way. He played amazing in TTL in the past. I expect him to be a big threat. And then White Court has been around a long time and is also really good. So don't want to diss any of the people that aren't top three, but realistically, I think Lucho, iBuyPower, aka Brave Bear, and White Court probably the favorites to eventually make it into gold here in this bracket. Group C, you then have a Chinese pro who is really solid. Jibitong does have a lot of tournament experience, is also very high elo. I think Jibitong's a favorite here. But then you've got Beery, who's typically very good in tournaments, plays some crazy games from Argentina. They'll probably face off. Ripard is also a super underrated tournament player, in my opinion. He was in Titans League before. He was already in gold, and he barely got relegated. That counts for something, in my opinion. And then you also have Stark, who has done it all over 10 plus years in Age of Empires 2, was also in gold before, right? Was also in the upper leagues, and so he got relegated out. So again, I'm kind of thinking like Jibitong, Ripard, and Stark, the big three to potentially qualify in this group. All right, so the next group, we've got Group D. And we have our first seed, Prisma, very similar to Lucho. I think they're both 18 to 19 years old. Both really high elo on Arabia, but have yet to have those big tournament results. We're still kind of waiting for that to happen for them. So I remember Prisma played in TTL before, and he lost to someone 300 elo lower than him. Curious to see where he will be in Group D, but he is one of the favorites. Matador was in Gold League already, and Matador got relegated out, unfortunately, by one game in Season 3. So he'll be looking to get back. You've got Andre, who'll be looking to make it into gold for the first time. Chart is like a mid-30s Japanese player who does not play the game near as actively as most of the scene. He's really, really good. And I saw when I announced this, he started to grind rank. He got his elo up really high to like 2,400, 2,500. Chart could maybe sneak in there. Again, I would say probably the top 3 here, my favorites, but I am going to actually incorporate Andre. I think last time I saw Andre play in a qualifier, his preparation was really good. So I think Andre could potentially sneak in there. And of course, all the players 4 through 8 could always surprise me, make me look like an idiot. Okay, Group E, another player who was in before in gold. Z40 barely got relegated out of gold last time. Z40 has gotten much better, in my opinion. I think his preparation for things like Wandering Warriors Cup has looked amazing. There's going to be other Taiwanese players on his team looking to qualify. So I think the Taiwanese pros are like really going to be in good shape. So Z40, amazing chances here. Timo, been looking good, training a lot on ladder. Maybe he could squeak in, but he's up against Bad Boy, who used to be a top 20, top 25 player. So, I mean, Bad Boy, he's had some breaks. You know, he's been away. He came back mainly for team games recently. Bad Boy probably has the best career out of everyone here we're going to mention. I think Bad Koala from China would have something to say about that. I think he's also a great shout to get in. And then maybe Husiel from Chile. If I had to pick, though, I think it's going to come down to Z40 and Bad Koala in the final. Because I really think they're both so good. But we'll see. Moving on. Group F. We have Overtaken. Overtaken is maybe the unluckiest player in the history of Titans League. If you know, you know. If you don't know, I would look at all the Titans League groups from the first 3 seasons in gold and just see exactly what happened to him. He has, I think, every single season qualified for gold and then been relegated out by like 1 win. In some cases, a tiebreak. So he has consistently made it to gold, which is the goal here. So that already for me gives him a big edge. He also got relegated with like 7 wins too, which is almost unheard of. His groups are super solid. Anywho, Overtaken in the top bracket, big favorite for me. You Pudding, guys. Another Taiwanese guy. Great strategies, been getting better. Could see You Pudding maybe giving him some problems. I'd expect You Pudding and Doomster to win down here. Sorry, John Slow. Yes, I'm motivating you. And Doomster, honestly, has been sneaky good as well the last year or two, and I don't know where his prep will be. I think Overtaken stomps the upper bracket. Overtaken versus either You Pudding or Doomster is my expectation. I'm leaning towards Overtaken there. It's the first group where I've been like, this is very clear to me. I really believe in Overtaken's chances. Moving on to Group D, we have number 1 seed Cosmonaut. Another player has been getting so good, man. So freaking good. His elo is amazing. Pretty good in tournaments, but like some of the other players, maybe just a little too Arabia-minded from time to time. He's the first seed. I think the first round will be fairly convincing for him. But Duduzu, a Chinese guy, I wouldn't have expected to really be pumping him up here. But he beat Fire in another qualifier recently. You beat Fire, you could probably beat Cosmonaut on your day. So maybe he, shows up and does something crazy. Uzi was 1 win away from making it to gold and silver last time. So Uzi will probably give a good run here. And I think that Stone Please is also an exceptional player. For me, I'm really thinking Cosmonaut, Uzi, Stone Please is the big 3 for this group. Okay, guys, we're going to see some fun names here. I don't think you guys are ready for one of the names that I'm going to read here soon as we close this out. First off, Say My Name. Has been around forever. Top tier pro. He was relegated out. Typically doesn't train a lot, but when he shows up, he's a beast. Say My Name. Number 1 seed. Going to be dangerous. I think More, an up-and-coming player from Spain, has some chances. He's a really solid player. Ubetnir's a Turkish guy who's been around a long time. Maybe, but I kind of doubt it. Manos from Argentina is a beast. Also been playing for like 20 years. His preparation's usually good. He's got some great strats. There's other Argentinians in this group, right? Like Lucho, Prisma, Manos. These guys should be training. So it could be like a big wave of Argentinians making it into gold. And then we got Ozone, who I'm always speaking very highly of. Very talented player, very active on the ladder, and very good in tournament settings. very close to getting in before. I think he lost to Kasva. That I think is going to be a great bracket to watch here. Potentially Mono's Ozone, potentially Monos or Ozone against Say My Name to get into gold. Now, are you guys ready? We're getting there. We're getting there. I keep waiting for it. Group I, we have Sizkan, amazing player from France who feels like he's at the perfect part of his career to jump into the top 48. Like, he's been amazing in team games. His 1v1 performance is great. He already worked his way through, in my opinion, that period where he was just an Arabia guy, you know? So I think he's worked beyond that. I think he's worked through that. I think it's Sizkan's time. He's a beastly player, but he will probably run into Fire at some point, with Fire being the other big favorite on the other side. Very long career, has kind of been around so long. And then Sizkan feels like an up-and-comer. So I would guess that this is going to be Sizkan and Fire. And then the final group... Oh, no, there's 2 more groups. We got Hope, first seed. Deeker, second seed, another Argentinian. Guys, look down here. Red Phosphorus signed up. First time, to my knowledge, that Red Phosphorus signed up for a tournament. He signed up for Titans League Silver. And he is going to try his crazy shenanigans against Thunderbolt in the first round. So I expect him to just get completely clapped. I think he'll win a game, maybe. Maybe he's good for 2. On mixed maps, the narrative is he's not going to be able to do it. We'll see. We'll see if he can do it in Tournament Age of Empires. Guki's also 16 years old from Mexico. She's one of 2 players who are female in the bracket, and she's been getting better. I do think she needs more experience, though. I don't see her making a deep run. I'd love to be surprised. Okay, and then the final bracket. I know this is a lot. We've got Wide here, another Russian player who's been so good the last year or 2. Expect him to do very well. But Gabby and Mentalist could definitely beat him. And Mentalist is an old-time pro. I remember he got second place in an Arabia Invitational in 2015. They're both, Gabby and Mentalist are both underrated. And then they're also very good friends. So the fact that they're both very good friends is going to make that series interesting. And then we've got Sorakuma. Yikes, what a bracket. Sorakuma's a god. I've been pumping him up. And he would be the favorite versus Rivux. And then you've got Cloud, who was already in Titans League before. And he's going to be looking to getting back, and that's another Taiwanese pro. So, kind of feels like it could be a Taiwan showdown here in the semifinals. I would guess Wide. I'm actually not sure about the upper bracket, but maybe Wide versus Sorakuma. Sorakuma wins the bracket. That's my guess. Okay? So that's the roundup. We got to be quick here because YouTube, we recorded this during some Wandering Warriors Cup stuff. There's a series that's just about to start. I'll give you more info on how all that stuff's going to be, on how all that goes. Pretty much every week I'll make a little video talking about the results that happened. I will cast what I can. This happens December 1st through December 22nd to set up Gold and Platinum in the new year in 2025. That is it.